Alright, back on the 2000 Chevy Blazer, the LT here. Doing a complete antifreeze flush on this. And also I'm getting ready to install a external transmission cooler here to the outside of this here condenser. So guys, what you want to do, the way I do a complete flush is I take pretty much everything apart here on the hoses. Pull your heater hoses off here. Take you some, get you a plastic bag or something. You want to cover up your distributor here so you don't get that all wet. And you may want to cover up your alternator too. I didn't on this. I was real careful not to. And then also on your, what you want to do, guys, I just go ahead and pull the radiator completely out on them. This way you can do a thorough flush on everything, and you can also clean all this here. What I like to do is take an air hose, and first thing I do is just blow this stuff out, blow it out this way, and you'll be surprised on how much bugs, dirt, dust, and everything else you'll get coming out of this condenser. Somebody had replaced this radiator because it looks fairly new on this one, but they didn't, they must not have cleaned this here condenser out when they did that, and probably a lot of your repair shops won't do that, but it's a good idea just to go ahead and blow that out, and with some compressed air. And then also what I like to do after I get it compressed air out, I also take a water hose and with a sprayer and spray it out this way, and spray it out both ways, guys, so you get as much of that debris, and so you can see through there pretty good. I mean, there's still some like little stones or something in there, but you get that nice and clean, you'll get some really good airflow going through there. Will tremendously help on your air conditioning system and also on your radiator cooling. Makes a huge difference when you clean those out real good. And same with your radiator, guys. Blow it out. Take your air hose and go from the front side, blow it through, and then do it both ways. Blow it out, blow that out real good. And then I also take a the garden hose, and I go ahead and spray that through, and go ahead and flush. Take your water hose, flush this radiator out real good all the way around. Take your hose, clean this out real good like I did here. You can see that that's nice and clean in there now on that. See how much nicer and cleaner that is. And also be careful not to get water in your transmission cooler line, and also your oil lines. When you're flushing that out, just tilt it. If you have it tilted like this, guys, when you clean it out, that way you won't get any water. Or you can take and tape that off. If you want to take the time, take some masking tape or something and tape those lines off so you don't get water in there. And once you get all that, guys, then what I do, like I said, I take all the hoses off, and I take my water hose and I flush this out both ways that way, and then I'm back flushing it too, so you're getting this your heater core, getting that flushed out real good to make that work a whole lot better, especially if you're in the winter time, if you're not getting a lot of heat out of your heater core here, guys. A lot of times these plug up because in the summertime, most people set that controller to the cold side, and then this never gets used through the whole summer. And then when they go to use it in the winter, they're not getting a lot of high heat, a lot of hot heat coming out of there. That's because this thing here is plugged up because they didn't use the you should use your heater once every couple months or so in the summertime. Run it, That way you know you're getting circulation through there real good, and that won't get plugged up on you. On our 99, our black one, we had that issue one time because wife never used the heater in the summer, and we noticed when the winter come, it was just barely blowing out any warm. So I ended up taking these hoses off, and this here heater core was plugged up on hers. And once I got that opened up, then we had some good hot heat going through there. So just a little tip there on that, on your heater cores. And then guys, what I do, like I said, I take all the hoses off, pull everything out, and then take out your thermostat. And that's a good time to go ahead and change out your thermostat while you got this all apart. And then what I do, guys, is I just flush everything with the water hose. And my water coming out of my house there is soft water, so it's not your hard water. But if you do flush out with hard water, what I do too on these, after I just take the hose, my water hose, and just put it in there and spray it until it starts coming out clear, right out your bottom radiator hose. Once that starts coming out clear, then guys, you know you got your engine block flushed out really well too. And then also I go ahead and take the water hose and flush it through here, flush it through that hose, and flush it, and take a water hose and just spray down in there, get all that nice and cleaned out. This way you're getting a real good flush on your cooling system. And then what I do, guys, once I do that, I take my compressed air, and now you don't want to blow extremely hard, but you want to blow this out. Go ahead and blow that out. Blow these hoses here out with your compressed air, and I also stick my air nozzle down in there and blow it out, and then it will shove the water out your bottom hose here. So you'll get most of your water, you get about almost all your water out of your engine block this way, guys. And then also, when you get ready to put your antifreeze back in, before you do anything, what I like to do is put my hoses, what I'll do is I'll put one of these hoses back on there like that, and then I'll take this hose here and I'll put me a funnel in here, and then once I got my radiator back in there and these radiator hoses hooked back up, I'll leave this unhooked here, and then I'll start filling this up with antifreeze right here. This way you're not getting so much air inside your system when you go ahead and refill that. And then you can also dump your antifreeze down in here till it fills up. And just try to get everything filled up with antifreeze on your engine block. That way you're not getting a bunch of air in there when you get ready to fill up your... this way it's just flushing everything through to your radiator and everything. This with everything unhooked like this is a lot better way of doing it. That way you're not getting air and stuff. And like I said, this is a really good way to thoroughly flush your cooling system, because we're getting the engine block and everything. Then also, guys, I'm going to take this here off, the overflow tank. I'll take that off and I'll flush that out real good, make sure that's nice and clean, and this way everything is flushed out of the system real good. And if you're going to add you a external transmission cooler, guys, you'll have to cut this here, this plastic radiator shroud. You'll need to get you a hole cut in here for your hoses to run through for your external transmission cooler. And I'll do a video on that once I get this transmission cooler installed. But if you're going to do that, it's a good time to do it. Just go ahead and cut that out. You got to be real careful you don't cut into your line right here for your AC condenser. So you want to be real careful if you cut that out. But that's the way I do it. and then I can run my hoses through here, and they'll come out right here through this hole and hook into my transmission line here too. And then also, guys, I don't know if I said it or not, but go ahead and cover up your line fittings before you do any of your you want to cover these up with something so you don't get water in them when you're doing this flushing out. So I guess that's about it, guys, on this here, on doing a total flush on your cooling system. On this is on a 2000 Blazer here, so pretty much do it to all my vehicles. Haven't done that one yet. That one did have a new radiator put in it at some time too, so I'll probably end up yanking that out, going through it, flushing everything out. That's going to be a little different because I never done one of them. But and I do the same thing on my Corvettes too, guys. When I do a complete flush, I'll do the same thing. I'll tear all that stuff apart. Just go ahead and pull everything apart, take all your hoses off. This way you know you're getting a real good thorough flush on your cooling system. So anyways, guys, that'll wrap this video up on the 2000 Chevrolet Blazer on doing the flushing out, doing a total flush on your cooling system.